There was a cobra snake on the tree above, and below was floodwater 10 to 12 feet deep. If I tried to scare the snake away, its bite would surely kill me. But if I let go of the tree and jumped into the water, I would drown. These are the words of Asad Majid, a resident of Rasul Nagar in Wazirabad, who spent 24 terrifying hours on the night of August 28th, clinging to life as the raging floodwaters of the river Chenab swept through his area. The recent floods in the country have caused such widespread devastation that it will take victims a long time to recover from their losses of life and property. Yet, amid the tragedy, there are extraordinary stories of people who managed to snatch life from the jaws of certain death. Speaking to BBC Urdu, Asad recounted his ordeal. He and his brothers are farmers, and they had set up a camp for their livestock near the river in an area called Bella. He said that on August 28th, as the river Chenab flooded, the water suddenly surged into the Bella. There were 9 of us at the camp at the time, and we had kept a boat ready in case of emergencies. I told the others to take the boat and leave. I would untie the cattle and try to reach the village on their backs, he said. Asad, who knows how to swim, explained that he had 33 buffaloes. While untying them, the floodwaters rose dramatically within minutes, up to 8 to 10 feet, sweeping away all the livestock. To save himself, Asad climbed onto a large pile of fodder that had been stored for the animals. For a while, he thought he was safe, but the water's force washed away the entire fodder heap, carrying him along. Being a swimmer, he managed to swim to a shisham tree some distance away and climbed it. His brothers and other workers, watching from afar, were relieved to see him cling to the tree, but after about an hour and a half, another powerful wave uprooted the tree, and Asad disappeared from their sight. His family began to believe survival was impossible. Asad kept swimming and eventually spotted another tree about 300 meters away, its branches brushing against the floodwater. When he grabbed its branches to climb, he discovered a 7 to 8 foot long black cobra on one of the upper branches. The snake hissed at him, ready to strike. At that moment, I thought, if the snake bites me, I'll die. But if I jump back into the water, I'll drown. There was no other tree in sight to save me, he recalled. According to the Punjab Wildlife and Parks Department, black cobras are commonly found in rural farmland and forests. Asad steadied his nerves, deciding to cling to the tree trunk even though the snake sat just above. His lower body was submerged, his feet couldn't touch the ground in the 10-foot deep water, so he wrapped his arms around the trunk like a barrier. On another branch of the same tree, 8 to 10 wild rats had also taken refuge, carried there by the flood. Whenever Asad's hands grew tired and he loosened his grip to rest one hand, the cobra, sensing movement, hissed loudly. The rats squeaked in panic. At one point, the cobra coiled tightly around the branch, spread its hood, hissed violently, and even spat a liquid at me, but I managed to dodge it, he said. Later, people told me cobras sometimes spit venom into the eyes of perceived threats. As darkness fell, Asad could no longer see the snake but could still hear the ominous sounds of the floodwaters. Fearing other snakes in the water, he remained motionless. To distract himself from panic, he began speaking to the cobra in the night. I told the snake, the same creator who made you also created me. Let's promise not to harm each other. He kept talking to the cobra until the first rays of dawn lit the water and trees. The cobra and rats were still on their branches. Asked if he thought about his parents or his wife and children, the 25-year-old said, "In those 18 hours clinging to that tree, I could only see 2 faces, my mother's and my daughter's. I kept thinking, if I die, my daughter will be orphaned, and my elderly mother won't survive the grief." As daylight grew and the floodwater began to recede slightly, Asad started shouting for help. People from another higher camp nearby heard him, came with a boat, and rescued him. He even pointed out the cobra and rat still perched on the tree's branches. By the time he was brought to safety, the lower half of his body had been badly macerated from being submerged so long, but with treatment, he recovered. Even now, when I think of those moments, Asad said, my soul trembles.